Hi guys, welcome back to INnerSANITY. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm going to be opening a big package and a smaller package from Book Outlet and Chapters. So stay tuned. Okay, so first off, I'm going to be opening my package that I got from Chapters. I'm assuming it's from Chapters. I don't think I need scissors for this one. I'm really excited about these because I love opening packages and I love books. And I've been eagerly awaiting these ones from Chapters. Okay, so the first book from Chapters is The Land of Stories. This is the first book in the series, The Wishing Spell. And this is a middle grade series, and it looks fantastic. So I'm just going to read you a little bit from here. When the twins' grandmother gives them a treasured fairy tale book, they have no idea they're about to enter a land beyond all imagining. A land of stories where fairy tales are real. And they soon discover the stories they know so well haven't ended in this magical land. Goldilocks is now a wanted fugitive. Red Riding Hood has her own kingdom. And Queen Cinderella is about to become a mother. I guess this is about them trying to find their way back home. And I just love the cover. I'm super excited to read this series. Okay, so that was that one. And then the other two books I got from Chapters are the first two books in the Beautiful Dark series. The first one is A Beautiful Dark, and the second is A Fractured Light, and these are by Jocelyn Davies. Again, I'll read you a little bit from the back. On the night of Sky's 17th birthday, she meets two enigmatic strangers whose sudden appearance sends her life into a tailspin. Complete opposites, Asher is dark and wild, while Devon is fair and aloof. Sky has no idea what they want, or why they seem to follow her every move, only that their presence coincides with a flurry of strange events. She begins to doubt not just the identity of the two boys, but also the truth about her own past. Suspense, action, intrigue, and crazy hot romance. Yeah. These are obviously young adult books. I think they sound good, and I have been getting more into young adult novels, as you may have known if you've been watching my channel. And then plus, my daughter and stepdaughter might want to read them as well, so bonus. Alright, so that was it for Chapters. Let's go to Book Outlet. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Paper. Okay. Do you see? Let's set that down there. Let's get into this. Okay, so the first book is Lux The Beginning. I'm sure all of you have heard of this, by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And it concludes both Obsidian and Onyx books, the first in the Lux series. Bonus material included. Now I'm not sure what that means, but whatever. This is about aliens. This is about a girl who lives next door to an alien. That's all I pretty much know. And probably all of you know what it's about anyway. It's because I'm jumping on the bandwagon really late. But yes, so this is this one. And then I got Alison Gaylin's book called And She Was, a novel of suspense. Ooh, this one is about a woman named Brenna Spector. She's a missing persons investigator, and she has a rare neurological disorder that enables her to recall every detail of every day of her life. A blessing and a curse. It began in childhood when her older sister stepped into a strange car, never to be seen again, and it's proven invaluable in her work, but it hasn't helped her solve the mystery that haunts her above all others. And then a local woman disappears 11 years later, and she uncovers bizarre connections between the missing woman and the long-lost little girl and herself. So this one sounds like a good mystery, and I like those. So that was that one. And then I got Syndrome E by Franck, Thilliez. What you don't see could kill you. Compulsively readable. An eerie psychological mystery with a truly stunning resolution. Lucy Hennebel, single mother and beleaguered detective. Just about enough on her plate when she receives a panicked phone call from an ex-lover. He has developed a rare disorder after watching an obscure film from the 1950s with help from brooding Inspector Franck Charcot. Franck Charcot, who is exploring the movie's connection to 5 unearthed corpses at a construction site. Lucy begins to strip away the layers of what may be the most disturbing film ever made. Wow, that sounds good. It actually reminds me of an episode of Masters of Horror, and Udo Kier was in that, about some old film, like, reel, that apparently made everyone go crazy when they watched it in theaters, and that was a really disgusting and disturbing episode. I highly suggest you watch it if you want to be creeped out. I still remember it, and it was gross. Really sickening. So this is another reason why it drew me to this book, because it reminded me of that. So yeah, awesome. My God, I'm enjoying this. Okay, and then I got the first 2 novels in the Hereafter series, which is Hereafter and Arise by Tara Hudson. And it says a tender and poignant love story with a ghostly twist. Can there truly be love after death? Drifting in the dark waters of a mysterious river, the only thing Amelia knows for sure is that she's dead. With no memories of her past life, she's trapped alone in a nightmarish existence. But everything changes when she tries to rescue a boy from drowning in the river. Because even though she can't do anything to help, Amelia somehow wills him to survive. And when he wakes up, Joshua can see her. Together, Joshua and Amelia begin to uncover the strange circumstances of her death and the secrets of the dark river that has held her captive. But even as they grow ever closer, there are those in both worlds, the living and the dead, determined to tear them apart. Woo! Ghostly love story. And beautiful covers. Oh, yes. Yes. And flippy books. What's next? How about Antigoddess, Kendare Blake? This is the first in the Goddess series. Antigoddess series. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this because I've never really read anything mythological before, but I thought it sounded good, and it was really cheap. Old gods never die, or so Athena thought. But then the feathers started sprouting beneath her skin, invading her lungs like a strange cancer, and Hermes showed up with a fever eating away his flesh. Ew. So much for living a quiet eternity in perpetual health. So Athena and Hermes travel the world gathering allies and discovering enemies, both new and old. And their search leads them to Cassandra, an ordinary girl who was once an extraordinary prophetess, protected and loved by a god. So this one is new for me, different genre, but I thought I'd give it a try. Then I got Sophie by Guy Burt. Ooh, this one sounds really good. A tense psychological thriller. In a dark room of a dilapidated house as a storm rages outside, Matthew lights a candle and places it in the center of the floor. Its light spreads across the wall and illuminates Sophie, tied up in a chair facing him. She is frightened, fearful of what he might do next, but for now, it seems, all Matthew wants to do is talk. Talk about the events of nearly 20 years ago, about their strange childhood, and about the summer when Sophie grew up and everything changed forever. Yeah, spooky cover, and it's not too long. God, there's so many good books out there. I can't even believe it. It's just awesome. This one also really appealed to me. It's Our Happy Time by Gong Ji-young. This one is about Yu Jung. This is about a woman who has failed at her third attempt at committing suicide, and she's in the hospital. Her aunt asked her to come with her to visit inmates on death row. I guess it's for charity. And she meets a man who has been convicted of murder. She is, of course, horrified and sickened by his crimes, but at the same time senses a deep suffering within him. So I guess throughout their visits, they form some sort of friendship or so. And this also reminded me of that movie Dead Man Walking with Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn, or she was a nun, and she visited him on death row, and that movie was just absolutely fantastic. I loved it, and I cried, and it was heartwarming, and this just reminded me of it, so I thought I would get it. So yeah, this one. And beautiful. And then I got The Nightmare Affair, which is the first in a series of books. So this is about a girl named Dusty. She's 16, and she breaks into houses at night, but not because she's a criminal, but because she's a nightmare, literally. Being the only nightmare at Arkwell Academy, a boarding school for magic kind, and living in the shadow of her mother's infamy is hard enough. But when Dusty sneaks into Eli Booker's house, things get a whole lot more complicated. He's hot. Which means sitting on his chest and invading his dreams couldn't get much more embarrassing. But it does. Eli is dreaming of a murder. The setting is Arkwell, and then his dream comes true. So now Dusty has to follow the clues both within Eli's dreams and out of them to stop the killer before more people turn up dead. So yeah, this sounds intriguing and different, and obviously some romance in there. And I know there's 2 more books in the series. I don't know if it's just a trilogy or if there'll be more, but yes. Okay, 3 more. This is All the Rage by Courtney Summers. I think it's about a girl that had maybe been assaulted by a boy, but no one believes her because she's, I guess, from the wrong side of the tracks. But then a girl with ties to both the girl and the boy she was accusing, the girl goes missing. And then there's news of him assaulting another girl. She has to decide if she wants to fight or carry the burden of knowing more girls could get hurt if she doesn't speak up. Yeah, this sounds good. Again, the cover. This is Far, Far Away by Tom McNeal. Jeremy Johnson's life has begun to feel like a cruel fairy tale. He hears voices, strange whisperings. So the citizens of the small town of Never Better treat him like an oddity and an outcast. Meanwhile, his mother takes a bite of a cake so delicious, it's rumored to be bewitched and runs away with another man. Jeremy's heartsick father goes into his room and stays there unhappily ever after. Then the town's coltish, copper-haired adventuress takes a bite of the enchanted cake herself and falls in love with the first person she sees, Jeremy. In any other place, this would be a turn for the better for Jeremy, but not in Never Better, where the finder of occasions, whose identity and evil intentions nobody knows, is watching and waiting and watching. So this seems like some sort of weird, twisted fairy tale kind of retelling, or yeah, something like that. Really, I don't like this. It's like flimsy plastic. You know, it's much better like this. But I guess it protects it. And finally I got The Land of Stories, A Grim Warning, which is the 3rd book in the Land of Stories series. And I also have the 2nd book in the series, which I also got earlier. So now I have the first 3 books. So now I have the first 3 books in the series, and I'm super excited to read these, and they look beautiful sitting next to each other. I know there's one more out, and there's also a spin-off, like, sort of mini stories as well out. I'll let you know what I think of them after I read them. Oh. Alright guys, so that was my book outlet and chapters haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think of them. I have more videos planned for the next few days, so please remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on those. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!